Thanks for purchasing Profile My Run System. This is a basic user guide. This user guide will explain to you on the basic understanding of the smart insole system and how the basic functionality will be used by your future running activity. The basic function will enable you to be aware of your running gait by giving very detailed information about your gait. The running gait information consists of two important parameters. They are shoe position and stride pressure. The information collected will be used to make sure runners stay in optimal landing during every strike. The ultimate aim is to make sure runner land on midfoot during every stride and strike the ground precisely at midfoot, keeping the cadence at optimal value and maintain the speed without losing momentum. It is easy to say, but when executed, trust me, it is not easy. Runners are often presented with two basic problems achieving optimal running technique. That is, the stability of the feet during landing and takeoff and runner ability to control your body center of mass during every stride. The amount side motion of the feet are recorded by system as the pronation. The pronation will indicate how stable you are in maintaining the running rhythm while not losing the energy to maintain forward moving momentum. Any running that consists of high level of vibration will always tagged as not efficient. The pronation indicator will be able to guide runner to achieve best stability as training awareness is introduced during every run. The way the system works in correcting the pronation problem is by means of an active alert system. For example, place the shoe sensor, that is the round-looking part on your right shoe as shown. Start the app named Profile My Run email. Pardon the naming convention, but we believed in naming our product and app with name that literally means something instead of some product name that need decoding. That is, name like Babo Gaga Goditori Uber Yama Basho Godazera etc. Start your app, pair prod with phone by pressing the search button. If you place the prod next to the iPhone, you can see the radio strength indicator as shown will be strongest, that is the smallest negative dBm. Complete the pairing by clicking the connect button. Now go to the sensor page by tapping bottom second tap on the iPhone app as shown. You are now in the running activity page. Shake your pod. Notice the shoe on the bottom right and bottom left will move. If they move when you shake the pod, your pod is now connected to the iPhone. Connect the pod to your right insole as shown.
Start your run now. Profiling.
Now tilt the pod sideways to simulate underpronation, that is the right shoe is pointing outward 90 degrees just like the time when you twisted your ankle. That is extreme underpronation. Notice that the number indicator on bottom right indicate range from 180-192, which is 90% right. The max level is 256. Now tilt the pod to left 90 degrees to simulate overpronation. The range is around 55-62 and the max level is 0. Now to simulate your strike pressure, that is the foot pressure when your shoe strike the ground over time you land. Use your thumb and press on the area on the heel region as shown. Notice the pressure indicator light up on the iPhone. This level will depend on the amount of force you pressed. For the basic edition, we have calibrated the force to make sure we can detect the minimum amount of force to detect your basic weight balancing. For more advanced edition, our insole will be calibrated to more advanced specification to optimize your running speed. For this edition, we will only focus on your basic running technique, that is to correct your gait so you can be an efficient runner and prevent your running injury. Enough of this. Press the big run play button on the app. Notice the 3D shoe start moving. This is an example of pre-recorded run of a heel striker with underpronation problem. Later, we can record your run in 3D shoe presentation. To simulate your run, assuming you are heel striker, that is, you land on your heel every time you land. Press the heel pressure and maintain the pressure so that the heel pressure is at 100% at all time. Now, simulate underpronation by tilting the prod 90 degrees to the right, shaking the prod continuously as shown.
Underpronated.
You will hear active alert system warning set underpronation. This is the first warning the system give you. For the next 50 step, if you continue to pronate, the second warning will sound off. This will enable you to take corrective action by following simple steps to correct your problem with our giving instruction depending on the amount of pronation you set. The way you set your alert system is by tapping the bottom tap bar item name setting as shown. Try sliding the button on the slider named underpronation as shown. Notice the value change from 128 to 256 as you slide from left to right. The extreme underpronation is set at 256. Normally our research indicate that the value of serious pronation will be in range from 180 to 200. Try setting it to 256. Start your gait analysis by setting it high, then reduce it to the level which you start to hear alert. The more advanced method of gait profiling is to use this app together with our AI platform, that is ai.opensports.io, which is an online app that you can use to participate in our worldwide running science research team. You will be part of our researcher by signing up your profile. Together, we will bring running science to everyone and making everyone better runners instead of poorer runners who cannot afford another pair of overpriced running shoe because of runners depend too much on heel cushioning and fancy outsole. To compensate for your ill-efficient running technique, you should address the problem by learning how to adopt proper technique rather than compensate running pain with fancy shoe. Now, to simulate the overpronation, tilt the pod to the left 90 degrees while pressing the heel pressure at 100%. Shake the pod.
Overpronated.
Notice the alert system sounded off overpronation. This setting of overpronation is set at 60. You can try to see if you have overpronation by setting it to 0 and then slowly increment the setting by 20 until you hear the alert. This will indicate your overpronation problem. By moving the slide on underpronation, reducing from 256 toward 128 and overpronation from 0 to 128. Ultimately, we want to make sure you attain the ultimate stable run without pronation of getting the slider range of over and overpronation to meet at level 128 for both. If you ever achieve the setting of not triggering the alert by setting both over and overpronation at 128, let us know. We will award you with an expert level award. To simulate the running gait of a typical heel striker, tilt the pod pointing toward the sky as shown while pressing the heel pressure and maintaining at 100% pressure. The typical value of a really bad heel striker ranges from 60-80 for extreme case. You can set the value to 0 and start from there until you hear an alert sounded off heel striker.
Heel strike.
If you continue to strike heel at that angle for conservative 50 times, the second alert will sound off and corrective action is needed to make sure you lean forward for every strike under you do not set off the alert. The ideal value is around 128. If you achieve the heel value of 128 and not setting the alert, you are practically an efficient midfoot striker successfully transitioned from heel striker. Now, there is another kind of runner who uses 4 feet to strike the ground. There are mostly short distance springer. There is problem associated with using spinning technique for distance running. You tend to injure your 4 feet over time. This is not recommended. For correcting 4 feet striker to midfoot striker, try tilting the pod pointing down toward the ground. The value range from 180-200. The max value is around 256. Start off setting it to 256 and see if you trigger the alert.
Mid-strike.
The alert will sound off like midfoot strike. This means you are using 4 feet and landing on 4 feet at extreme 4 feet with bias toward midfoot eventually. This is not a bad thing, but you can overkill your 4 feet strike to cause injury in long run. Try setting the value by setting 4 feet slider from 256 decrement by 20 and see if you trigger the alert. By combining the heel striker slider and 4 feet striker sliders setting, eventually you want to set both heel striker and 4 feet slider at 128, and if you can achieve that without triggering the alert, you are truly a midfoot striker. Please email us your profile and we will send you an award. Now, to contribute and use our advanced AI system to analysis and compare your profile with thousands of runners worldwide, including 168 expert Kenyan runners in our database, please go to the bottom tab and tap on social tab item as shown. Now, press the Read Profile button. Notice the profile of your recent simulated runner contained in 2 CSV files, namely for Profile CSV and Heel Profile CSV. Now, press the email button. You can now send the profile to info@profilemyrun.com. You can also include your own email to allow yourself to share your profile with your friends. This app version is very basic, but it allows you to be very reactive to your gait by letting you aware of your gait while performing your own experiment. If you send us your profile of your recent run, we will send you further information on how to participate in our worldwide research using open source sport AI platform ai.opensports.io. Thanks a lot for helping us realize the dream of bringing running science to everyone. We and whole Google Sport team thank you very much. Keep running and keep smiling. Yours truly, Pa. Palo Alto Scientific Incorporated, part of Google open source TensorFlow Sport research team.